Rakim, Atos and Myers, Lord Flacco, the Pretty Motherfucker, aka ASAP Rocky, and his 2015 album. At long last, ASAP. Born and raised in Harlem, Rocky was up until 2007 a regular local rapper. At that time, he met ASAP Yams, an ambitious young man who was looking to build something big out of that quiet New York hip-hop scene. After only 2 songs under Yam's wings, he got an unheard of before deal with Polo Grounds Music, worth $3 million. From then to 2015, he released 2 projects, his 2011 mixtape Live Love ASAP and his 2013 debut album Long Live ASAP. Those were met with high sales and good reception, and by the release of his sophomore album, Rocky was already seen as a household name in the rap scene. In March of 2014, he announced his new album Allah, that will eventually come out in May of the next year, but unfortunately, a couple of months before that, ASAP Yams passed away, and that event will often surround the release of this album, either in live shows, merchandise, or the album itself. It will end up being executively produced by him, alongside Og, Brian Leach, Jace Infinite, Juicy J, Hector Delegado, Danger Mouse, and Rocky himself. The album starts off with the song Holy Ghost. On it, Rocky comes in rapping about how important and influential he is to the rap game, which is true just seeing how many artists list him as one of their biggest influences. The whole song has this very mystic and mysterious vibe. On the intro, it samples the 2000s movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, in which the actor Wayne Duvall is here playing a corrupted pastor. Sometimes on this album, Rocky tries to bring awareness to these different issues in the society, like on this song, where he points out how there are many pastors who use church donations on themselves by buying cars and expensive accessories. On the chorus of this track is the British singer Joe Fox, who often appears on the album, but before its release he was an unknown street performer. Rocky says that he met Joe while roaming the streets of London, and after Fox played him his music, they instantly got him in the studio. Next time he appears is on the 3rd song Fine Wine, featuring MIA and Future. This one is about failed relationships, on which each artist on the song alludes to their own stories. Rocky raps about how because of drugs like codeine, he won't feel the heartbreak and give his ex the satisfaction of thinking he misses her. MIA raps about feeling used as a sex object by her previous partner and how his new girl can suck a dick. And Future's verse is a bit confusing to me, and this is how I interpreted it. So Future had a girlfriend who left him after seeing his unhealthy habits such as drinking lean, and Future got heartbroken over that, seeing it as some sort of a betrayal. Overall, this song works if you don't pay too much attention to it, but when you do, you realize how underwritten it feels, especially the MIA feature. She, in my opinion, shouldn't have even appeared, with the majority of her time is just repeating one phrase that gets old and annoying pretty quickly. There are a couple of more tracks that are about love, and the most notable one is the next track, LSD. It is a slow and trippy rap R&B song on which Rocky personifies LSD as a woman. Often through Rollout and the post-Rollout, Rocky would credit this drug for giving him inspiration. I originally wasn't very much into it. I found the lack of a real second verse disappointing, but with more listens I started to appreciate the song more and more. I find its slow tempo incredibly addicting, and it always puts me in a very chill mood. On the contrary, this album is also full of these turn-up braggadocio songs. Electric Body featuring Schoolboy Q, who delivered a standard Schoolboy Q performance, which is a good thing because his standard is very high, but I just kind of wanted more from it. I left feeling not disappointed, but also not surprised at all. Rocky's verse is my favorite part of the song, but what in my opinion brings this whole song down is the first part of the chorus. And not to DJ Casper's Cha-Cha Slide, which I dislike in the first place, so it's not really surprising I feel very annoyed when Rocky does it. Kind of takes me out of the experience every time I hear it, but outside of that, it is a very good quality track. There's also the first single, Long Pretty Flacco Jody 2, a follow-up to 2012's Pretty Flacco. I like this one more because of its positive energy and very fun chorus. It also had a prelude called JD, which some might see as its own standalone track, but I don't. On its own, it's very mediocre, nothing really happens in it, and I feel like even though it does not take up too much of the runtime, the album could have done without it. There's one more interlude on the album called Dreams, and it is a predecessor to another single, Every Day. I'm very split on Every Day. I don't find it either good or bad. To me, Rocky sounds like he's pulling off his best Wale impression, and I honestly appreciate his attempt, but the Rod Stewart sample and Miguel feature are too generic to me. Every time I hear this track, this chorus to me sounds like some sort of radio-like bait, and it might have been that considering the song was a single and it is by far the most famous one on the track list. Another huge song is the 9-track Jokebox Joints. This is a 2-part song. The first part features 2 verses and another Joe Fox chorus. This chorus is truly beautiful. Someone on Genius theorized Joe wrote about his situation when he was homeless selling CDs before he met ASAP. Rocky's verses are about his lavish lifestyle of being rich with many women and drugs. Then this amazing beat switch happens and we get two more verses. One is a similar Rocky verse and the other one is by Kanye West. In the former, Kanye raps about the way he was looked at coming up, but honestly, I don't think it's a good verse. Kanye delivers it like a total manic, and it overall is written in such an unmusical and in a bad way, ignorant way, with the whole hashtag FOMO and such didn't wanna fuck me. The start of the verse with the more power to you thing is cool, but everything after is just completely unnecessary. This might be my least favorite feature of the album, and it does not bring the whole song down that much since it is a 4-verse song and this is the last one, but it definitely does to some extent. On the other side, there's an amazing Lil Wayne feature on the song M's. This one is another braggadocio song about sex, money, and coming off of nothing. He completely overshadows Rocky with this very fun and auto-tuned verse. It is my favorite rap feature on the project. Speaking of rap features, there's the song Wavy Bone featuring UGK and Juicy J. This one is a standard get money hustling song, but I do appreciate the very nice posthumous Pimp C verse, and everyone else also did a solid job. I personally am not super crazy about it, but I would not look at someone judgmentally if this is one of their favorites. My favorite track is the Hunting Max B. It starts with this ominous Max B sample that repeats throughout the song. Rocky talks about his time on the Rikers Island, how young people fuck up and that it is often as a result of the corrupt system. It is drawing a parallel on how the extremely talented Max B fucked up his life and got all that time, and Rocky, who could have fucked up his life pretty much the same way. It brings awareness to what happens in many oppressed communities in America and just how much its government doesn't care about it. The whole song gives me chills every time I listen to it. Reminds me of how unforgiving life can be. I also love the next track, Far Side. In this one, Rocky reflects on the horrors he saw growing up in Harlem and the way it opened his eyes to how evil and inhumane humans can be. It is here in which ASAP explains that he started using drugs to escape seeing the reality around him. The rest of the tracklist after, which I didn't talk about, includes the standard inoffensive love songs like West Side Highway and Better Things, and the amazing outro Back Home. In this song, Rocky raps about the hardships of being a black man in America, like dealing with police brutality and racism, the way it affects black communities, and the fear that a black man has knowing the unfortunate deaths of other innocent black men. It ends with a nice Yasin Bey feature and a whole speech of ASAP Yams. Overall, this album is filled with amazing songs, but there are a couple of dull moments that bring it down, like the Kanye and MIA features, the unnecessary interludes, and some poor decisions that put down some awesome songs. I find this album to be dope. From then to 2015, he released two projects, his 2011 mixtape Live Long ASAP and his Rocky was so Unfortunately, a couple of months before that, ASAP Yams passed away, and that event will often surrender. I forget how to talk. Rocky says that he met Joe. Joe? This one is about failed relation. I personally. It brings awareness to what happens in many oppressed communities in our America. It brings awareness to what happens.